All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Hakodash. Dove honors into the apostles and the elders of the great millstone taught us this truth. Shalom also to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, and to the speckled bird across the four corners of the world, and to the few sisters who are listening to you. I say Shalom. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson on the brother Hadashi from the GMS Chicago camp, coming back at you with another lesson. And I wanted to do a response lesson to this video that the brother did, GMS Chicago Kingdom Come, and it's the brother Nadazakia. And this video, he basically played a clip from the elder's channel, basically going, it's a Jake talking about basically how Esau, with this upcoming draft, because they just implemented a new bill that automatically registers people from 18 to the age of 24, I believe 26, to automatically enter into into military service, right? And the Jake was basically going into how these Edomites, they're not going to go out easily, man. They're not just going to get drafted, based on the fact that this got signed into the law, man. Because when you look at the whole picture, right, what has this country really done for the average Edomite? The average Edomite, they're hurting right now, man. And a lot of them, when you really think about it, a lot of them, because I was watching the live show about a week ago or so, and a lot of these Edomites are actually the ones on welfare. They're the ones struggling. They're the ones that are homeless. They're the ones that, the homeless veterans. They're the ones that, nobody likes them. Everybody hates them, right? They're looking at the situation right now, man. And look, man, I'm gonna put the title of the lesson, like you see the title of the lesson, the world is no longer your oyster. Because, hey, look, man, with this whole American dream and this American propaganda that, this government has shoved down the people's throat, right? They would tell you the world is your oyster. You're going to get a house and some kids and a wife and a dog and a 401k account, and you're going to retire by 60, and you're going to live a beautiful life, and all of that is gone, man. All of that is gone. It's all through. And hey, like the brother put in his lesson, he put the average Joe six pack has a wounded spirit. And they really do, man. They really do. They're completely done. There was a precept that a brother put actually right here in the comment board. Is the brother Tazadak Dayara 144K, and he put Jeremiah 51:30. It says, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight, which forborne means to, refrain from. So when they're refraining to fight. They don't want to go out to war. They don't want to go out and fight for this country. They're not trying to go out and die for America. You see? It says they have remained in their holds. Their might has failed. They became as women. They have burned their dwelling places. Her bars are broken. And look, man, these men, this generation, especially my generation, because I was born in 2002, man. 2002. I'm going to tell you right now, man, man, damn near the whole generation is cooked, man. None of them want to go out to war. I'm going to tell you right now, most of them right now, it's 9 in the morning. Most of them right now are sleeping. They're going to wake up, smoke a blunt, right? Go clock in at 4 in the afternoon. Most of them are fucking losers. They don't hit the gym. They're fat as fuck. They're lazy, right? Look, you really think this generation is going to go out to war? Hey, I was watching a video from the news article, right? And they were going into how 77% of Americans are not fit for war, man. So look, man, if you really believe that these people are gonna go out and have like they're gonna have that spirit that this average six-pack Joe Edomite had back in the 1970s, man, you're dumb. These people have forborne to fight. They don't want to fight. They're not in the spirit of wanting to go out to war. See, back then, you could put a couple of commercials together. You could put some propaganda of the Twin Towers getting blown up. You could put, this whole little video of how you're going to fight for freedom and you're going to fight for the Constitution and, you're going to fight for the world superpower, America, the greatest country in the world. But nobody believes in that anymore, man. That whole propaganda, it's done, man. This place is done and nothing is working anymore, man. The Lord has completely broken the spirit of the average Edomite. They're no longer trusting in this government. They no longer trust in the security that America once provided. You see, the Lord, this is Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans," which that's what the Lord is doing right now, man. He's bringing this place low. Sit on the dust, bitch. Sit on the ground. All right. This place used to be once upon a time, it used to be the greatest country ever. It used to be the superpower of the world. It was America. It was great, right? The U.S. military. This place was well respected. It was well feared, man. And not only that, but look, man, back in World War II, when America dropped those nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that really catapulted this place as the major superpower of the world. When they did that, that put them in a position where nobody could really tell them anything, man. You see? And from that point forward, Esau was living deliciously, man. They were on top of the world, right? But now the Lord is telling you what? Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. Your position of power is being taken away from your very hands. And it's beautiful to witness, man, in real time. We're literally seeing the downfall of this devil in real time, man. It says, "For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." And that's really the point, man. The point is you're no longer going to be called tender and delicate. This place has completely lost its savor, man. It's completely lost, it's completely lost everything. It's all respect. It's lost its fear. It's lost everything, man. Its status, This place is done, bro. And also, too, when you look at the news, what's going on, right? Salaki, I'm moving around. Salakia, but look, man, when you look at the news, especially what's going on recently, you got Turkey wanting to join the BRICS, which, Russia is all for it. You have, what's it called? Saudi Arabia, who actually, with that new move that they just made, not renewing the petrodollar, which was, an ongoing 50-year deal, man. Now that they didn't renew that deal, the economic superpower, that the dollar had globally, that's going to plummet, man. And we're going to see the effects of that, right here in America. It's not going to happen, boom, right here overnight. You're going to see things start to rise in one day. But you definitely are going to start seeing day by day, week by week, month by month, how that's going to affect the power of this country, the power of the dollar, man. You see? So, you got to, how do I say this? Like, you got to look at it from the average Edomite's perspective, man, because these Americans, they're looking at their country, they're looking at the situation, they're looking at their life, they're looking at their financial situation, they're looking at their friends' lives, they're looking at the whole country, they're looking at the whole picture. And they have a really broken spirit right now, man. They're not going to be willing to fight for this country, And not only that, but a lot of them, they're ashamed of the history of this country. They're ashamed. There's a point that the brother made in the video as well, because a point that the brother made in the video, which I'm too young to even remember, but he was going into a point about how during the Iraqi war, right, when people found out that America actually didn't go over there for to find weapons of mass destruction, but it was actually, in fact, for oil and other things of that nature, right? He said that wounded the average Edomite spirit, man, because a lot of them, they really thought they were going over there to fight for, to find weapons of mass destruction, man. And, Americans finding out that information about, that the government basically lied about their whole protocol, why they're going into that country, that wounded the average Edomite spirit, man. And you got to imagine all this information that's coming out on a very heavy volume, constantly exposing, and it's really their own people that are making these videos, exposing their own people, man. And we just use it and link it up with the scriptures and they get mad, But it says, let me keep reading it. It says, back in Isaiah 47:2, it says, take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. So that's what's going on right now. Ultimately, Esau, Edom is being exposed, which right here, America, Babylon the Great, this whole place is the epitome of Esau, Edom. This is what catapulted, Esau to the forefront of his power, man. America. When America was established, you used rape, robbery, and murder to get in this position that you are now currently in. And now that you're being exposed, now that we're uncovering thy locks, now that we're making bare the leg, now that we're uncovering the thigh, now that your nakedness is being uncovered, now you're ashamed of your history. Now you're ashamed of manifest destiny and all these ideologies of, that you were once proud of, that made you a great American. See, all these things that are coming out, they're being ashamed of it, man. You see, it says thy shame shall be seen. Everybody, the whole entire world is looking at the state of America right now, man. If I was the enemy, an enemy of America, right now would be the perfect time to attack. All right? Because this place, the morale is low. The men have become as women, like we read in that Jeremiah. This the economy is done, right? Everything as a whole, is being perfectly lined up for this place to go down, man. All right? It says, I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man, which that's talking about Yahushai. Because Yahushai, when he comes back, he's going to come for vengeance. And he's not going to meet you as a man. He's going to come back as a God, as a power, man, to take this place down. You see? And look, man, America has completely lost its glory. The world is no longer your oyster. The American dream, everything that you once thought that you believed in, that's completely going away, man. The prophets are here to burst that bubble, man. We're here to tell you the world is no longer your oyster. It's done. Your American dream is done. We shit on it every day, man. We love making videos about how this place is falling. We love seeing the downfall of our enemy, man. It's beautiful to witness. Because hey, when we went down, they were laughing at us. When we went down, they said, "Aha, aha." Certainly, this is the day that we have looked for. So when we fell, they gloried at our downfall. So how we're not supposed to glory at their downfall? We're not supposed to glory at the news, that people are gonna be drafted, that there's Russian warships, by Cuba, that Turkey wants to join the BRICS, that the economy is falling. All these things are bad news for Americans, but it's good news for the prophets, man, because we know what's coming. We know what's coming, man. All right. It says I'm gonna skip down to verse 5. It says I'm gonna just read through it. It says, "As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel." It says, "Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms." See, this place used to sit, on top of the whole world, man. It was the Lady of Kingdoms. It was, man, you really gotta marvel at it. How this place has fallen so quickly. Because I remember being in school back in, in the 2010s, and back then America still kind of had, it had its position. It wasn't as great, but it had somewhat of its position. But after like 2016, and because 2016, when Donald Trump was in office, man, America still had some of its it had a little bit of shine. But right now with Biden, bro, this place is through, bro. Like, I've never seen something decay so fast, bro. It's like, damn. This place is no more it's no more called the Lady of Kingdoms, man. This place is done, bro. It's decayed at a rate that's like, whoa, man. And that's how you know the Lord is shortening the days. You see? It says, "I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou verily laid thy yoke." And that's what Esau did. Esau forwarded the affliction. You see? He went over and beyond the call of duty to perform his job as the devil, man. Who else in their history was turning slaves into couches, into leather couches, using the skin of slaves to turn us into couches? Who else was using the skin of slaves to turn us into pouches to hold their money, man? Who else was cutting off our rods and putting them in jars and displaying them for the whole, for your friends and family to see, man? Who else was taking pictures with, with the whole family lynching people, man? Proud about it. Who else was standing outside of schools during the 1960s, wouldn't even let Jake go inside the schools? Who else invented these Jim Crow laws and all these different segregation things? And not only that, but when you go, man, because slavery, that's a very fresh, how do I say it? That's a fresh wound, man. That's a fresh wound. That's still, if you think that our people just are not feeling the effects of slavery unto this day, you're wrong, bro. That wound is still fresh. That was not that long ago. This nigga did not have no mercy on us, man. He forwarded the affliction. So now this devil is gonna have to pay for that, man. There's a reason why America is in shambles the way it is, man. The Lord is disquieting the inhabitants of Babylon, man. He wants this place to feel this. All right? It says verse 7, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. So, like it says in the book of Psalms, you know, their inward thought is that their houses shall dwell forever. So these people really believe that this place was, you know, Esau really thought the Lord was with them. You know, with which for a time period when you really think about it, the Lord was, man. The Lord wasn't with us. He set his face against us, man. The scriptures talk about it, how the Lord became as an enemy to us, man. It says right here, Lamentations 2:5, it says, the Lord was as an enemy. He has swallowed up Israel. He has swallowed up all her palaces. He has destroyed his strongholds and has increased in the daughter of Judah mourning and lamentation. So the Lord, he was against us, man. He let these other nations, you know, basically rule over us, man. It talks about it right here. It says how the Lord set up the horn of our adversaries. It says right here, verse 17, Lamentations 2:17, the Lord has done it, that which he had devised. He has fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. He has thrown down and has not pitied. And he has caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. He has set up the horn of thine adversaries, which that means their power. He set up the power of our adversaries, of our enemies, man. The Lord let these enemies rule over us. But Esau went over beyond what he was supposed to do, man. This nigga forwarded the affliction. This nigga had a field day with us, man. So, look, man, you're going to get recompense for everything that you did. That's just the way it is. And we're here to pronounce that judgment against this place, against Esau, Edom. We're supposed to prophesy against Mount Seir, man. And it's beautiful to see that this place has fallen so low, man. You know, watching this brother's video, he made a lot of good points, man. This place is done, bro. Nobody wants to fight for this country. Nobody wants to... They're not willing to die for America like they once used to be down. This ain't the 1970s, nigga. This place is done. All right. It says, verse 8, it says, therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. And look, man, this place has dwelt carelessly. It has lived deliciously. It was sitting on top of the world. You know, it had the sense almost like I can't be touched. And, you know, that gave people a sense of pride, you know, to be American, to be part of America, and to be a citizen here. And, you know, there was a certain allure, a certain, you know, it was a certain respect of actually being an American, man, you know, and that gave people pride. So people lived deliciously, man. They were given to, you know, they were dwelling carelessly. That's how America, that's what America, the type of spirit that America has given to everybody that lives here, man. Because that's the spirit of this place. The spirit of this place is what? It says, thou that are given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly. That's the spirit of America, man. So that trickles down to everybody else. This place has lived without care, man. So the Lord is about to put a stop to this pride. all these, you know, the recent news, all the headlines lately, that's really shaking up the spirit of this, average six pack Joe Edomite, man. They're looking at the news and, don't think they're not reading the news, man. They're seeing what's going on, bro. As a matter of fact, let me get it real quick because I was reading the comments on this video and look, man, I'm gonna just read the comments because in this video it got posted a day ago. It was will the military draft come back, right? And look, the first comment, because I was reading these comments, these people, they're not willing to die for this country no more, man. All right, the average six-pack Joe Edomite, they're not believing the propaganda no more. It says right here, nobody wants to fight these rich people's wars. Have them send their own damn kids. You see? It says, how about minding our business and not going to war and for other countries? You see? You don't think these people are not watching the news, man. All this recent news that's coming out lately, they're seeing this and they're they're looking at their government like, what the fuck are you doing? What's going on? Look at these comments. Draft these so-called leaders. If they want to start wars, they need to put the gloves on and not sit on the sidelines like a water boy. You got angels, devils. He put fuck no. Look, you got Susan Herrera. She put Vietnam, Afghanistan, homeless vets on the streets. Hell no, we won't go. You see? People are not trying to go, man. He says, I didn't raise my children to be cannon fodder in some rich man's war. So people for the most part, they know that this is, this is a banker's war, man. Because this is not, you're not going to go over there and fight for freedom, man. You're going to go over there and fight for for these small hatters, man, because they're really the ones that, be funding both sides of the war, But look, man, this place is no longer living deliciously and carelessly as it once used to, man. The Lord is shaking up the spirit of this place, and he's disquieting the inhabitants of Babylon, man. All right, let me get that as actually, because there's a reason why the Lord is doing this, man. Says right here, Jeremiah 50:33 says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. It says, and that happened right here in America, man. The southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, that happened here. Because the northern kingdom, what? They went into captivity, into the Assyrian captivity. Then they came to the Americas. And then the southern kingdom, they went into the Babylonian captivity, right? And then they were on the scene during the Greek captivity when, we were being Hellenized all the way to the Romans. And it wasn't until when in 70 AD when the temple got ransacked, that people started fleeing and so on and so forth. And then after that, during the 1400s, that's when the slave trade began. That's when Judah, the southern kingdom, started to get brought over here to the Americas. And that's right here in America where the southern and the northern kingdom were oppressed together, man. And there's countless books about it. You could go read, the history of the Indies by Bartolome de las Casas, man. He was a first-hand account. He saw everything that this devil did, Christopher Columbus, to our people when he came right here to the Americas, man. When he came to the island of Hispaniola, man. When he was making his roots, all right? You could go read about what this devil did. That's right here in America, man. We were oppressed together right here in America. Right here in Babylon, man. It says, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. You see? They're refusing to let us go. You see? So the Lord is going to have to come back and do something about it. That's where Yahweh Shai is going to come and deliver us out this place, out of the hand of this devil, man. Because we're in captivity. It says, verse 34, their Redeemer is strong. Who's the Redeemer? Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It says, the Lord of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. So that's the reason why the Lord is, shaking up the place, or really why the Lord is stirring up these drums of war, because he ultimately wants, this World War III to happen, man. And that's the reason why also he's disquieting the inhabitants of Babylon, man. Because right here in this America, Babylon the Great, this is where we're in captivity, man. Just like how in Egypt, right, before the Lord delivered us out of Egypt, what did he do to Pharaoh, man? He plagued, the land of Egypt. All these different plagues that the Lord brought upon Egypt to fuck them up until, Pharaoh finally let us go, right? Look, man, the Lord's going to keep continuing fucking this place up. He's going to continue disquieting the inhabitants of Babylon. He's going to continue melting their heart, man. Putting them in fear, man. The Lord is putting these curses upon them. It says right here, Deuteronomy 30:7, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So the Lord is returning the favor, man.
Really in their heaven right now.
The average 6-pack Joe Edomite, you're done, man. These they're done, bro. They're done. The world is no longer your oyster. That feels great to say that. The world is no longer your oyster, man. You're done. Your American dream is through. The prophets are here to tell you this place is done. All right, so with that, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Dove honors unto the apostles and the elders of the